with my friend Peter Kageyama, who is the producer of our erotic poetry here at the studio at 620. We've done it twice, and we're about to gear up for our third round. So, Peter.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Erotic poetry, because you know you have poetry, and then you can put some kind of qualifier or signifier in front of it. It could be homespun poetry. It could be sports poetry. It could be political poetry. You chose erotic.
Yes.
Why?
Well, it seemed to be a common denominator for everyone. I mean, and that's been sort of the theme of the shows that we've had, is we've tried to embrace different types of people, different age groups, different sexual orientations, just different looks at the way we think about that which is erotic. Sometimes it's romantic, sometimes it's lustful, sometimes it's just downright filthy. And most of the time, though, it's really, really funny.
Oh, it definitely is that, and you're right about that. You've always, in the past two episodes, you've chosen a wide variety of folks to come and read, some professional poets, some novices, but all very good, some here in the St. Petersburg area and some across the Bay.
Yeah, I think what was interesting is, you start out with a few poets that you know are going to be able to deliver. You know, we've had Pedro Jarquin has been a regular as part of this. We had Venus Jones as well. And those are sort of your anchors, the true poets who you expect to deliver all the time. But what was really surprising is how just the sort of my friends and just people around the community have embraced this idea. I think if I went up and asked a friend of mine, says, hey, would you be interested in being in a poetry reading? They'd kind of go, well, I'm not really, that's not my scene. But somehow when you ask them to come and participate in an erotic poetry evening, then it's like everyone goes, ooh, I could do something along those lines. And I've been terribly impressed with my friends and the network of people that are out there that are willing to participate, and they're fun, and I'm amazed at the dirty-mindedness of my friends. It's been actually quite fun.
Yeah, and these are people with mortgages.
Yeah, these are some serious folks. I mean, these are people who, it's really nice to see them, taking off that cloak, if you will, and being willing to sort of put themselves out there. And I think that's what true artists do all the time. And I think it speaks to something about the nature of community and the kind of community that 620 has really engendered in this area, that it does encourage people to find that creativity and that creative spirit that most of us have. I think many of us have chosen to cover up in some ways. And if this is a way to get people engaged and get them thinking about being artistic and creative again, then job well done. I think we've really accomplished something.
You're right. I think you're right. Whatever the assignment, either erotic poetry or paint a picture or snap a picture, it helps the cultural ecology of our community, which helps everybody directly or indirectly. And
absolutely.
Why do you think that St. Petersburg, or how do you think we are in this incredible renaissance of the arts? How do you think it's come about?
Well, I think it's a number of factors. Of course, it's some planning, some foresight amongst people, previous administrations, the current administration. It's a lot of folks like that. And sometimes it's a bit of serendipity. I think you have to put the right kinds of pieces in place and then hope that it comes together into that perfect stew, that perfect dish that you're trying to create. And I think we've been very lucky to have folks like you and David Ellis, as well as folks around this community. And I think what's been interesting is that you guys, and I think what was sort of, I think, needed here is, let's, instead of thinking about creating an art scene, let's just create a scene. A vibe where people just want to come together and see each other and experience different kinds of things, which is why I think things like the social justice roundtables you guys have done, the fact that you include food in in so many of the things that you do here, that it's not just about the incredible art that's either on the walls or within the building, but it's about being seen with other people, engaging in conversations, engaging with other people, and truly building that sense of community.
Yeah, well, that sense of fellowship in our iPod, Game Boy kind of way.
Yeah.
It's the connection, I think, that people seem to make here. We just had a large audience, a sellout audience for us, for one of the plays, and we had a very new audience, many people from Tampa, and several people remarked they just like the feeling of the place, that sort of ineffable the feeling of the place. And how do you think the feeling of the place works for erotic poetry?
Well, this place is very free and open. It's comfortable. It's very accessible. And I think that's one of the things maybe that is, you could say almost that about St. Petersburg as well. But this place in particular really encourages people, I think, to come and join, as you say, that fellowship and to get back into that creative mindset that is here. And you know, again, when you choose a theme that everyone can relate to, which is about love and attraction and lust and, you know, eros and the erotic, then I think you get people excited. And I think it's shown in the audiences we've had, and I think we'll have a really great show again. It'll be not only erotic poetry, but there'll be sort of performance art. There'll be some music.
Some little food element.
I'm sure there'll be some food
Nothing's
element.
more erotic than eating.
Well, this is true.
What would be the date of this erotically number?
We have just settled on a date. Yes, it's going to be Friday, June 15th. Here at the Studio 620. We'll probably get underway about, I think doors will open at 7:30. The show will begin about 8. Come one, come all. It'll be very fun.
That's fantastic. Were you surprised, as we're wrapping up here, with just not only the diversity of the poets, because you chose all of them, but the audience? I mean...
Yeah, you know, you send the word out, and you know, now it seems like people have been asking me and asking the performers that I know, say, hey, when are you going to do another one of those? And I think it's out there in the community, and it's sort of had this viral effect. People now are really excited.
Infected?
Yeah, hopefully not, but in a good way.
But a good viral effect. Well,
yeah.
I must say, you know, one of the great things, and we thank you for bringing the erotic poetry idea to the Studio 620 and producing them, because we learn a lot from you, the way you've conducted them, but bringing another opportunity for the community to come together, and you can't buy that in advertising. It's just the feeling that you create in the room, and then people tell other people about it.
Yeah, well, that's you know, people are your best marketers. You know, if you do something really interesting and really cool, people will tell other people. And with the tools that are out there right now, you know, like this webcast, the idea here is to let other people start spreading the good word about St. Petersburg, about Studio 620.
Oh, well, that's good. And well, I think it was you who came up with the idea of these webcasts, so I'm really glad you did. We're happy to be doing them. Is there anything else you'd like to say as we sign off to our...
No, but please come visit us online at www.thestudio620.com for more information, and keep tuning in.